Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is an SP video regarding the 3D reality, your interactions with your person, whether it's something new, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's your ex, but you have some form of contact, or if you're thinking you may run into them in the area or at an event, whatever it may be. There are many different ways in which you may have one-to-one interaction, even just online, anything. This will be a relevant video to give you guys advice on how to handle that, the best way to approach it, and the right positive mindset to have to make sure everything goes exactly as you want. So stay tuned. In just a moment, I will begin with my advice. As always, on screen for anyone interested, just a couple seconds of my coaching promotion and also my membership. It's exclusive content, videos you get early and a day early in comparison to my public videos for everyone to view. So if you want that early access, affordable, extra content where you guys can get more support with your manifestation, you can become a member or sign up for one-to-one coaching as well. Everything is right below the video screen. And yeah, let's start. A really good philosophy that applies here, and it's not necessarily coined by this person, but Kendall Jenner actually has some really good advice, which is unexpected. But she talks about I don't chase, I attract, right? So it's this common theme of don't chase after things, don't place things on a pedestal, attract them to you. So in this case, obviously it applies with law of assumption, manifestation, focusing your mindset on exactly what it is you want, as if you have it right now. That's the principle that applies here. So don't chase after something, don't chase after your person, attract them to you with your mindset, your positivity, your confidence, your energy, just being your best self, and also focusing on as if you already have what you want, right? So you have that relationship right now. That's a really good mindset to have, to remind yourself of when you're in contact with your specific person. So tying into that, you obviously don't need to pursue them. You don't need to physically, in the physical reality, take action to, whether you're a guy or a girl, the kind of gender dynamics of, men typically pursuing women, these things don't apply. It doesn't matter who you are. You don't need to initiate. You can if it comes up naturally. That's natural inspired action. That's a completely different concept. But ultimately, you don't have to take physical action. You don't have to constantly communicate with them, be the one to initiate, try and constantly be near them or accidentally bump into them or whatever it may be. You don't need to do those things. You don't need to initiate, and you certainly shouldn't be forcing it. They will come to you, and the only effort you need to focus on is focusing on your mindset, because the effort that you're putting into making a more positive mindset of thought patterns, changing around and removing the negative patterns and the negative assumptions you've held on to about dating or your specific person, letting go of those, working on it day by day, because that will be the indication of what's happening. Not you saying, well, I texted them 5 times this week and, I professed my love to them or whatever it may be. You may get positive results from that, but you may also not, and it's certainly not going to guarantee a permanent result, right? Your mindset needs to align, so there's no point trying to take lots of action. It starts with your mindset. But if you're putting in the effort, you're persisting, you're being positive, you're really working on it, you understand manifestation, and the pretty simple tick list of things you should be doing to improve your mindset and manifest your person to you. If you can say that all of that is correct and you are putting in the best effort that you can, then that is the indication and the answer that your person is conforming. They will come to you. They will initiate. Everything will conform and, become the version you want. But it starts with your mindset. So you need to be able to tick that off and say, yep, I am putting in the effort. I am persisting. And that will show you they will probably be the ones to initiate. Tying into that as well, that means that behind the scenes conforming is happening. Your person is conforming in their own life, with their thoughts, their feelings, their desires, inspired action, missing you, being reminded of you, or just being reminded of things that might draw them to you if you don't yet have a relationship, whether it's moving closer to you, visiting your area or visiting you, or anything that would bring you two together will happen naturally. The circumstances will conform as they're meant to, and it usually happens step by step. It usually doesn't all suddenly happen as a 180, and that's totally okay. But whatever needs to occur will conform, and behind the scenes conforming with them as a person is happening. So your specific person is conforming, but the way to know that for sure is if you're persisting. Because they will reflect your mindset. If you're wavering and having a lot of negative thoughts, they're not conforming super quickly, and they're probably also a little bit of back and forth and maybe slower movement, slower conforming. But if you're persisting, you're trying to catch the negative thoughts and apply your mental diet, then they are conforming. Things are really, really unfolding in your favor. And when it comes to actually interacting with them, let's say you have some form of contact, even if it's just seeing each other, maybe social media contact, anything, maybe it's a mutual friend, a mutual contact, the workplace, whatever it may be yourself and be natural. So don't try and, act or speak in a way that you think is appropriate or the best result. Just be yourself in the moment. Don't overthink it. That's what would cause issues or cause anxiety. Keep your SP on a pedestal. You don't need to do that. They are just another person, another human being. So just try and be calm and natural in yourself, and know that if you just try and do the right thing and whatever your intuition tells you in the moment, you probably can't go wrong at all, right? You're probably going to say the right thing. You're probably going to say something nice or kind or funny, or just a really natural, casual thing, right? You don't need to plan it or overthink it. So if you have some form of contact, the way to handle that with your specific person is to just be yourself. Don't plan it, don't think about it, don't create rules of what you can or cannot say and do. Just try and be natural in yourself. And if you do come across anything negative with them, they say the wrong thing, something you don't like, ignore it. Ignore as much negativity as you can, meaning don't replay it, don't overthink it, don't analyze it. Don't say, well, oh, they said this, so there's a third party. Oh, they said that, so they don't love me. It doesn't matter. It's not permanent. It's not objective. Right? So you can't speak to 100%. We're not mind readers. We don't know that, oh, because SP said that, it definitely means something negative. Try and, apply the benefit of the doubt and don't overthink it. Just say, oh, if they didn't reply yet, they probably dropped their phone in the toilet. They probably left their phone at home and it's on 1% charge, whatever. Make up a story, tell yourself these positive assumptions, get into that habit instead of catastrophizing, right? So try your best to not overthink it. Let it go and assume the best in your favor. And if you are really going to put your attention to that, it's okay a little bit, and it's okay if you then flip it around with a mental diet. But if you do put a lot of attention to that, you are simply going to reaffirm it in your reality. You're going to hold it more in place. You're going to cement it more in place because you keep repeating to yourself and saying, I need to analyze this and unravel why they said this or why this thing happened. And you're reaffirming to yourself, this is the case in my reality. The best thing you can really do is to just put yourself as the priority. So just generally when it comes to your manifestations, put in the time and the effort to change your thought patterns, be more positive, change your assumptions through repetition. All of those things, obviously, set time and, make somewhat of a schedule for that, but prioritize yourself, prioritize your life, put yourself as number one. You don't have to sit there crying or overanalyzing or feeling anxious, losing sleep. All these things are not things that are worth your time. And I think in hindsight, as humans, we usually realize, oh wow, that person's not in my life anymore, or everything's changed, or I realize this person's character. And I'm not saying that's in relation to your specific person, but whatever it is, there'll be something where you just realize, even if you love that person and they're amazing and a great part of your life, it wasn't worth the anxiety or the sadness or whatever. You could have been living your life more calmly, more happily, doing something you enjoy, making the most of the moment as it is. You don't want to look back and think, wow, I spent that entire month just panicking. You don't want to have that experience. It's not worth it, and it's not going to bring in anything positive. So just try and prioritize yourself, put yourself first, put in the effort to create positive hobbies and habits. And just doing whatever you can to prioritize yourself and your mental well-being throughout the day. Also, I would say if you don't have a high or good self-concept yet and you still need to work on that area, act as if you have a high self-concept. What would the best version of you do? You wouldn't be double texting your SP, you wouldn't be chasing after them, you wouldn't be trying to go somewhere or put extra effort in the hopes of seeing them or having them validate or reassure you with something. You wouldn't be thinking that way. So, you just want to think, oh, if I was super confident and self-assured and I gave myself the validation and, was secure in who I am myself, how would I behave? You just do what feels natural and happy, something that you enjoy, something to your benefit, something just fun, casual, natural. You wouldn't have to overthink or plan. So try and go about things in that way when you're interacting with them. or doing anything that involves them taking any kind of action or something, just be like, what do I want? What would make me happy, you know, as an individual? So yeah, just act as if you have a high self-concept if you haven't yet reached that point. So yeah, just to summarize, I would say your conversations and contact with SP, even if it's through, you know, mutual contact, let it be natural. Let your conversations with them be natural. Don't overthink, don't overplan. It's not going to benefit you. You don't need to put in huge amounts of effort. So just be yourself and keep working on your mindset. You know, persisting is always the key. So that is going to be today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I will see you next time. Bye.